and we destroyed all of them, even though they had brass case, crank operated machine guns and cannon and all that. We only were armed with spears and swords. And all of my ASAR, I would write on a piece of leather, Ashadu la ilaha illallah, Ashadu Muhammad and Rasulullah, Ashadu Muhammad Aka, Caliphate of Dugu Wawasuhu, and stick it in their pocket. And that was their protection. So we kept destroying 3 of those armies until we conquered the whole planet Earth and ruled the planet Earth for 7 years. You know, and I was born 1845 to 1885 when I ascended back to heaven with Abraham and Moses and wrote to Ratib. But yeah, we some bad options on this planet. It was Teddy Roosevelt that went with the Rough Riders to clean up the remnants of us in Crawdoo Farm. And he made reference to me as his bear. And he said, pull the sheet off, let me have a look at my bear. That's why they called him Teddy Bear. And why right now the California state flag is the bear. And why you had so many commercials on TV, maybe 10 years ago, where they had a bear everywhere, on a bicycle, catching fish, walking in the house behind white people, or by streetcars, and the bear was everywhere, remember? And it made no sense. Like, where's this, put this bear? That bear was me. I'm the bear. All right, go ahead, son. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And the Danakil. 15. Early humans that existed on Earth that time were considered them as gods. 16. When the Redskins came here, some went beneath the earth and built a large computer, a medical device called mech, from where they get the word Macintosh. The original word was Al-Hisaba. 17. The disagreeable also built a large computer and called it simply HA. H-A-L. Their Earth name IBM.
Okay, let me interject one section. They named it HAL, H-A-L. Now you remember in the movie Space Odyssey 2001, they had a giant computer on there that was turning on them, and they kept saying, "Hal, why are you doing this to us?" I'm going to show you that they know they're injecting reality in it, because when you look at the word HAL, H-A-L, what's the first letter alphabetically after H?
I, and then D.
First letter after A.
D.
First letter after H.
This call
I mean after A. E. And the first letter after L.
M.
M.
You just said IBM.
That's right.
That's right. HAL is representative of IBM. Go ahead. I want to show you how real this stuff is. It's not just a fictitious story, okay?
That's right. Thank you. 18. With these machines, they could scan the surface, pick up some scenes from all over the televised them. 19. They could project both thought and three-dimensional images, hologramic pictures, and star maps. 20. Kill and destroy at will and simply flicking switches. 21. Alter the weather, create rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. 22. Create tidal waves, volcanoes, hurricanes, and viruses. 23. Extract thoughts from another person's mind or implant thoughts into it. 24. They were able to stimulate any emotion and cure various diseases. 25. They also had mech, which could be used to make clothing, food, and other articles. 26. Over a period of time, the inner sun started throwing off radioactive particles, which polluted the air breathed into the lungs and accumulated into food and water. 27. Causing a shortening of their lifespan by increasing the aging process and causing other effects. 28. The elders trying to escape bored underground, following and artificially modifying already existing natural caverns. I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Is this what I guess this is what the Boring Company is owned by Elon Musk? He's doing the same thing. Are they running into some of these caverns as they
what they're doing is they have black projects where they spend not billions but trillions of dollars for underground bases all over the world. So they're preparing for the ultimate apocalypse where the surface is impossible to dwell on. Certain chosen white people will be invited into these underground bases to live, right? And survive, so they think. But I want you all to remember one thing. Water can find an opening into anything beneath it.
That's right.
You follow me? So these bases, they won't survive in them. That's what Elon is doing. But these bases that they're talking about are much more subterranean, deeper into the earth than what they can reach and what they're capable of. You follow me? I'm sorry.
29. With a device similar to a laser beam.
That's right. Light amplified stimulation emission radiation, right.
Okay. They proceeded to build larger cities with tunnels connected them 4 to 20 miles beneath the surface. Oh, I see. 30. Many relocated to the other planets, while yet some stayed here in their newly caverned out caverns and took some of their Hasaba computers. 31. The same applied for the malevolent being who, when relocated, became known as Hulu or Flugerized, with their massive machines called Mech, also called HAL. 32. One group of agreeable elders wanted to make these devices available to surface dwellers. 33. However, the other group of disagreeable didn't agree because the surface dwellers were unskilled and were not able to use them correctly. 34. While the agreeable elders said simply, let's teach them. 35. Send people who they call scientists telepathically implant information and they will get the credit of innovation. 36.
Now, let me just interject, please. When I was up in another dimension, I was with Malachi, and I was telling him telepathically, I was excited about everything that I was taking up and all the things I was seeing, and I couldn't wait to get back here and tell y'all what I saw and explain it to you. And his response was, don't tell those mortals anything. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me show you. Read 33 again. Okay, no, read 32 again.
32. One group of agreeable elders wanted to make
these devices available to surface dwellers. However, the other group of disagreeable didn't agree because the surface dwellers were unskilled. In other words, they didn't want you to know.
Right.
But the agreeable said, we'll send some scientists and telepathically implant information into them so they can take credit for the invention. They'll think it was a spontaneous thought they had and they came up with an invention. But it'll actually be them telepathically putting the thought in your mind.
Wow.
Of how to use the computer.
Natural nature.
Say it again.
Sending it telepathically. That still be considered natural nature, like how you.
Yes, it is. It's not technology. That's natural nature.
Okay.
Amun, I got a question.
I'll do my best.
My question is, and I'm trying to get an understanding what you're saying, and I don't want to be out of order, but my question is,